Hand seems like a keep. After 14 matches in a row on the draw, you decided to uninstall Arena. Holy shit, would you buy 1000 games if you were on the play 14 times? What size? If they hit my analyst and they relic it away, I no longer have the analyst angle. Which is potentially annoying against the deck. Not what they chosen. I miss Azusa. Fair. You do. Hopefully no Flicker Wisp for the Witch Meadow Blessed though. No, just pass. Yeah. March? Reprieve? No, it's February. Sick. I mean, I get to 10 mana, so Reprieve wouldn't even work on the Analyst anymore. Impressive moves on my opponent's end. So I typically board out away from Sagas because they have more interaction post board for them. Not that much, but... And then Grazer is a little bit stinky. I don't really like GSZ because it gets hosted by Ivan Interruptor. But let's bring a pair. I'm not fully convinced that boarding out Saga is actually what a reasonable human should do, but this game was an incredible showing from the Orzhov Ketramol's mid-range deck, I guess. Played cards and died. Forest in opening hand is a bit bad, but no reason to mulligan. One takes my Amulet. I put a Growth Chamber because I can explore twice and they can't even play the White Orchid Phantom. What's the matchup for Greece? Harbinger of the Tides. And by Harbinger of the Tides, I mean Harbinger of the Seas, but somehow, to this day, I always confuse those two names and I just say Tides when I mean Seas. It's also pronounced Harbinger. Sure, Harbinger. I will use Boseiju on the Overlord. Emperor of Bones. Okay. The Bone Zone. Should I board and bog against this deck? Not really. No. The opponent can hit my Titan with Solitude. Then they can blink the Solitude. A bit annoying. Just get a TOS and hope it's gonna be good enough. Would be useful to draw Escape Shift this turn, this game. But maybe we can try to build towards a giant Mr. Beats. Grazer looking pretty bad here and was a pretty bad top deck. It did let me ramp a little bit, but not... Well, in somewhat of a meaningful way, but... Siedem. Could summon Mr. Beast. Stay Valakut Dryad line here? Nah. It's too weak. Too easy to be weak. Takes an Ephemerate to be terrible. Doesn't build up my position. Could Mr. Beast, and then I will end up with 2 spells in my hand. Could Titan, get Otawara, bounce land, bounce Otawara back, bounce Felia under combat. Yeah, Mr. Beast gives me lots of HP, but then I just kinda I feel like I waste my Mr. Beast. I feel like it could do better. I could also get hit by Interrupter and then I'm of course fucked, but that's the CNF downside. In fact, I guess I should even just keep Otawara while they're marching. It's fine. So I was going to probably just keep Otawara, and if they attack with Felia, let them, then block Felia. Oh no, 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 no. Actually, it's fine. We really don't want the Overlord to get there. So Otawara the Emperor. Oh, I want more Emperor of Man. But yeah, going for a Valakut Dryad was really bad into a removal spell, which odds of them having were very high. Jeden, dwa, trzy, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pretty awkward spot. You're Mr. Beasting next turn. It's not ideal, and I'm gonna take a lot of damage. So it's certainly unpleasant when They just grind you in a game of Magic the Gathering. Which is where Elesh Norn is helpful, because then they don't grind you. And Grazer is just a little bit bad. They top deck. 5, 7. Alright, Mr. Beast. I don't know if you can, but try. Okay. It's Mr. Beast plays again. He has a role to play. Need a land. Ah. You know, escape shot, and I would just copy Mr. Beast. I don't know if the escape shot would have really been good enough. Because I'm out of bounce land, so let's go with 4 GSZ, 2 Otawara. $63. Mr. Beast is a non-graveyard way to win matchups. I guess Elishnorn could be marched as well, so March is another card to keep in mind, because they did have mana to march my Titan this game. But it is kind of cringe that you play 2 Titans and you don't win against white-black sometimes. Well, this member stinks, but it's flexible. And I play against a lot of random shit now, common, so... There was a zoo deck with Doorkeeper Thralls and frog decks and the white-black deck, and this kind of covers them, but the specifically tailored options don't. And also we have the Rot Farm, I guess. The Rot Farm goes a long way for this member being plausibly okay. 2 forests in hand, a bit stinky, but sometimes I miss the simplicity of Old Titan. Well, if you just really want to, you can play Old Titan, like, if that's such a big deal breaker for you. I don't miss the simplicity of Old Titan, so I guess that's where we differ. So I could just turn to Titan, but Solitude existing makes it hard. And Titan for T-West is not that good this turn, but it's gonna be good next turn. So we're gonna wait. They didn't have a Thoughtseize, they didn't have a removal for my amulet, turn 1. They could march for X equals 1 on turn 2. Upkeep. Seems like your source was correct, Ria. Here I was going to get a bounce land and a T-West. Afterwards, I'll produce 6 mana, so I would be at 8 mana. Then I would bounce back the bounce land, Spelunking, go to 5 mana, then go to 9, then T-West for another Titan, and hope to dodge Solitude Ephemerate. Because they would have a window to do that before I would have extra mana to dismember the Solitude Ephemerate. Hand is incredible. Is that the mirror or breach? It is a mirror. Monka Gaiga. If I drew a bounce land, I could bounce the Urza Saga. I guess I still can. Has to be Growth Chamber. Can't be non-Growth Chamber. But also only one amulet, I don't necessarily die. 3 mana. Opponent could Lotus Titan though. Amulet makes too little mana, I agree with you wholeheartedly. They should tackle that issue. Also, chat, if there was a green bounce land, would it be better or worse than Golgari Rot Farm in my deck? Bounce the actual bounce land? Why? They should make a 0 mana artifact that doubles all your tapped mana and makes lands enter untapped. Well, that would kind of defeat it on purpose, wouldn't it? Grazer, Lotus Field, okay. Seems like villainous titaning. Sack the Lotus Field. Crumbling Vestige, but with green mana on top and colorless on ETB. Holy guacamole. That's crazy. Clearly they need to give Amulet the Llanowar tribe treatment. That would be funny. 3 mana, 3 amulets. Lumra. I'll go grab some Morty. Wait, they passed? Seems like it would have been better to get a Titan. Titan then. I need a bounce land still to actually win. But they don't have a Boseiju or anything? Is it jumping the Lumina? I don't know. Do they really not have anything after the way they played? Because they kinda don't, right? Their hand is a chamber, which can return the TOS, but they have to pay for the pact. Seems like I die next turn. I mean, I guess still with three amulets they'll manage. Even if they didn't manage on turn 3. GSZ is pretty bad in the mirror, I feel. So I'll just add the Otawara and I'll over a Grazer, which is also pretty bad, and that's it, I guess. I discovered a very cool game recently. It's called No Skin. No Skin. Człowiek bez skóry, niezły skurczybyk. That's pretty ugly. Glob, glob, glob. an RPG. Pixel roguelike with subtle horror storytelling. Roguelike. Looks pretty spooky. Roguelike is fun. No Skin is a roguelike game characterized by a horror atmosphere and a smooth yet complex gameplay. Face the horrors that the house hides behind every corner and discover what the No Skin Man truly is. Who the nuts? Who the No Skin Man truly is. High replayability, horror atmosphere. Ile złotych? 27? O kurde, no to bit expensive. I Boseiju and that's kinda it. Then I Spelunking and I play Titan on 4. Is that good enough? It might be. It's way better than moving to no cards. Have I ever seen the original Rogue game? No. Never. Oi, oi, oi. I'm going after the bounce lands now. Rough, but I need to make a land drop. Showing Amulet doesn't help much. Feels like I should just hit the Amulet. A single bounce land doesn't get him to 5 mana then. You got Switch emulator working recently, PogChamp. But you should emulate Switch 2 by now. Yeah, in the mirror. Force of Vigor is the unfair card. And I don't currently have any. It's worse since Spelunking became a thing, but cool. Still plenty good. Did I sleep? Yes. Like during the night or right now? I was just waiting on the off chance that my opponent concedes, but they didn't. We had so many Titan players combo for like 10 minutes, then passed that I became way too reluctant to concede on MTGO. Damn. I shouldn't. And I haven't really experienced that. Although I guess game 1 my opponent played the Lumra and I went to grab some tea and I didn't die. When I guess I was in an unlosable position, unwinnable position, but what I did was slightly weird, I think. Slightly poor. How does Mimeoplasm work with exhaust? Oh kurde. I actually don't. That's a good question though. Are you asking if it becomes a copy of the same permanent again? It's probably a new instance, a new exhaust ability is available. All of the kinds of effects of like that in Magic just don't have the previous memory of being something else. Ever. It's exhausting just thinking about it, that's so funny. You have one more Explorer than you should have in your deck, I do, yeah. I do have the 61st Explorer. No Ashnorn? No Ash today. Guess I'm dead. What are Veils in the sideboard for? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? Veil is anti-counterspell card. A really convoluted Deterministic combo with 4 lands, 1 Amulet Scape Shift. It's not really that convoluted. There is a chance that keeping Spelunking was better than keeping Grazer. If you play turn 1 Vesuva, it would be Pow Pow. No, I will lose still. How would the Vesuva help? There was a tiny bit of a chance that my opponent plays a bounce on turn 2. I mean, do we trust in my opponent Titaning me properly? I guess we can just start the match. The league match. They'll get there. Seems like they could use some practice given game 1, so let's help them out. Seems like we are double queuing. I'll keep this hand. It says that opponent's on breach. So I guess maybe bad hand against breach, but I have a Boseiju, right? So I can't ever die to their combo, right? Mitek. O ty skurwysynie. No dostał mój upkeep. Wypadł. Well, it's Nefar, you will never know. If you have to ask, then you just can't know. Orims can't, I hacking can't. Did I kick it? With kicker, yes. Actually, turnable yields. No. I could have made it into a Dryad, play the land, kill this. So I wouldn't die to removal. Whoa, relic. Well, I guess I would have copied it in response, but relic a pretty good draw. Alright, Mr. Beast, carry me. No, Grażynka, amulecik, wykurwisty zestaw. Zestaw młodego tutaj alchemika Kierna. At least we made Mr. Beast into a 9/9. No nie, Ketramos. MTGA, Dominaria Battle Music, let's hacking go. Sometimes I wait for canister VODs to skip the gachi. That's how it's supposed to be done. Tamio? 2 Tamios? What the heck? Two Tamios? Where's my Mr. Beast? I guess it died and I died. White Black, Necro Dominance. Too strong. A ty co, kurwa, też mnie zabijasz? Już tutaj bridge zagrywany. Chłopie, tura trzecia jest, nawet Mox opal nie użyłeś. A nie, użyłeś. Okej. Opponent exercising their 58% win rate on me. Breach fallen off. Ketramos is the new best deck fair. Bolt Flame, Soul Guide. I just have one of each interaction card possible. Boss Biffy Needle as well. It's not really groundbreaking. They would have one in their sideboard most likely anyway, so it's also. Ooh, stock up, new card. Alright, we've seen a new card. We are now accepting over 11 different interplanar currencies, including polished moonfall. Stock up is broken, is it? Holy guacamole, they got me with the Thassa's Oracle. Solid, solid. You can try sideboarding Dismember for science. It's occasionally okay. We off seal of removal completely now. Was pretty tough to track them down for RC Portland, oh lol. If you want to, you can play them. It's a tool with a purpose. So let's say you are building a cabinet from IKEA. If you will see me picking up a hammer to hammer down some nails, are you going to look at me and tell me, hey Canister, are we fully off screwdrivers now? Have they just fallen off? That they're just not useful anymore? To which I say, no brother. There's gonna be time for a screwdriver. I will use it to screw some drivers in when the right time comes. Yeah, never uses nails. Nie no, jak nie używa kurwa chłopie, jak mają takie... Składałem szafeczkę w sobotę i wbijałem kurwa gwoździe młotkiem. Baited kurwa, bo jestem debilem i nie byłem kurwa... się pomyliłem, ale baited. Oj... This probably is not a great hand. Do I want to keep back Lotus Field? Probably. Oh, Norn saved me last night against Breach. Coma. Holy shit, what comes next? That's good. She can do that. Mitek. That's an artifact. I play Collector Ouphe. Ouphe. Rumble. Whoa, rare Rumble actually grabbing an answer to the onboard problem. Typically, it cannot do that. So they grabbed Otawara. I think I'll play the bounce lance. And there is a chance not attacking is actually better because maybe the only player who can lose to damage is me. Constructs, but that's unlikely. Don't think I mind constructs. Doubt they will summon too. Tap, untap. Make a construct. Make another one. Amber. Bobel. They have Otawara and 3 unknowns pre-order. Did I boarded my bog? I think so. Yes. I could die to 2 constructs. I will never die to a single one. Giving them an extra mana, pretty brutal, but... Hey Connie, how long do you plan on streaming overall? I have 262k points. I'd like to wait until I'm a VIP. It'll be good, probably. I kept a card on top. I guess I could simply die. I play Titan. It seems pretty bad not to play Titan. Unholy Heat on top. Sure. It could be. I have Otawara as well. Melt Station. So I guess a Breach kills me now because opponent Otawara's Ouphe plays Breach replace Station. Which I have exactly enough mana for if this Scalding Talon can fetch a land. Can it though? Stomping Grounds should be available. Seems like they're passing though. Why didn't you kill me, opponent? You surveil top. Motobugged? Saga construct's pretty good for my opponent here. Consign. It's better to Boseiju. I need to beat Otawara on Ouphe now. Trading for a construct with Titan and then grabbing another Boseiju. I have 2 Boseijus, or rather 2 Ouphes and a Boseiju. Maybe that was a line, but it gets beaten by Breach Replay Flame actually. Why not attack with Ouphe too? There was a blocker. Like opponent had a 5/5 construct. So I attacked a block. Why attack with Ouphe? What's the country I like the most? It's Poland. Otawara. We don't have a second breach though. I gave them an extra mana with the breach in play. Probably bad. Doesn't really matter though. Didn't replay Flame of Anor. Just have an extra one? No, the Shifting Woodland. Ay. Chat, this breach deck is incredibly overpowered and unstoppable. They tap their grinding station and you die. It's that simple. Collector Ouphe not good enough. The Saga constructs force me to use my Boseijus. Maybe I could have not Boseiju the other one. But then I'm top decking. So it was pretty rough. How is it nearly impossible though? Well, you just interact and it doesn't matter. That's how it's impossible. It's actually possible to interact. It's impossible for that interaction to matter. Spike predicted the Amp Traptor ban too. Holy shit, he knew. He knew, chat. Seems okay. Turn 1 top land, turn 2 Amulet Explore. Let's say second Amulet Mirror. They move to 5, they only have 2 cards left, so. I guess I don't have much time to prepare, but I have a bunch of mana next turn. 7. And a redraw with Spelunking. And the Analyst in hand, which can help. Otawara under Saga should be good enough. Talk super Instagram. Do I prefer to have Mirrorpool in play? I draw Mr. Beast specifically, then it's better in my hand. If I draw Titan, I'm good anyways, so. I think I'm fine. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Guess I'll play Aftermath Analyst. Milled over in Otawara and a Rot Farm. Or other Saga and a Rot Farm. So I guess I'll bounce the Saga again. To bully my opponent further and make them further away from 4 landscape shift. Next turn fetch map for T West. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 16 mana, so plenty. Plenty to perform the so-called combo. They could go Bounce Land or Vestige and Scape Shift into something from their hands. Still pretty scary, possibly, but. Cruel Torf. Not floating mana though. I find expedition map. I tutor Tolaria West. I transmute Tolaria West. I find Summer's Pact. I play Golgari Rot Farm tapped. Opponent seemingly agrees with me that they'll die. I guess I go turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Analyst, turn 3 win. Most likely. So turn 3 win is fast enough to keep, I guess. Like my opponent Mulligans, they might fail to turn 3 win. They mull to 5. Not much opportunity for my draw to improve though. Basically I would need to draw a second Amulet. Yeah, I was 4 GSZ in the board. I was kind of annoyed at my sideboard not having generic enough cards. Because there is a class of matchups where I want to board out Sagas and a class of matchups where I want to board out Scapeshift. But my sideboard was just kind of bad. Wow, turn 1 Bog. And was not well suited for that. That's a turn 2 Titan, right? No, it's not. I only have 1 Lotus Field. Yeah, it is not. So I replaced the marginal cards with GSZ for now, but like that's the most plausible way to build a deck to have a plan against Frog in my experience. It's pretty hard to do so otherwise. I will not play the Analyst into a possible Bog. If something crucial gets exiled, then I might struggle for no reason. Elechelon has been fine, but not... Like, it's a pretty bad splash, because it's a different color of a splash. Basically, I guess I would be fine playing one Elish if she was green, I guess. Well, then, of course, GSZ would grab her, but... Even if she was green, but GSZ wouldn't grab her a colorless card, I would play one. But having to splash white for it is a bit too much, I feel like. And she's good in a... only a few matchups. Same is true about Seals, same is true about Red Sweepers. Was searching for another Lotus Field actually correct? I guess I was supposed to get TOS maybe. I'm probably fine, but I guess I have to analyst first. I milled sorcery, so I have delirium, so that's good. But do I have enough mana? Wait, actually. Hmm. 10. I search for 4 mana. Delirium. Is there a reason here to grab second field over deeps as well? It's the same. Guess it might be slightly better to get deeps because it gives you more options down the line. But it's mostly the same. Here I would grab deeps and woodland, return all the lands, haste attack, and then like fully loop everything. Get an Urza's Cave, get all my lands. Yeah, opponent was very dead, yes, yes. I had a so-called deterministic victory available here. Alright, so we went 2-2 in the prelim. 2 matches were the mirrors.